Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Islam, and in today's video, I just want to kind of ramble a little bit about the Salvage Yard in GTA Online. Of course, this was a DLC/business that came out back in December of 2023, and I've had pretty mixed reviews on it. In some of my videos, I said it was really good, then I reverted back and said that it's trash. Then I've also, changed my mind again, thinking that it's pretty good. So I just kind of want to get some final thoughts and kind of make a final decision on whether or not the Salvage Yard is actually worth it to purchase and if it's a good business or not, because lately it's been a little bit better, and I kind of just want to get some updated final thoughts on it. But anyway, before we get into the video, of course, hit that like and subscribe button. It only takes 1 second of your time, absolutely no effort from you guys, and it it helps the video grow tremendously and helps how the channel performs in the YouTube algorithm. So go ahead and smash the like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. So I want to first begin with, how was the Salvage Yard pitched to us, right? Like, how was this business presented? It was supposed to be a business where we, of course, have a tow truck, which you see me hopping in now, and we can kind of do like tow truck missions and earn passive income that way. A lot of people, including myself, were disappointed that we can't free roam with this tow truck. You can actually only use it while you're doing the tow truck missions, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. At least we got a tow truck, which, the GTA community was waiting a really long time for. And I will say the tow truck addition to this business and that side of the business is actually pretty solid in terms of passive income, because you get money for actually salvaging the vehicles that you tow every 48 minutes. And then on top of that, it goes to your passive income wall safe in the Salvage Yard business, which can max out at $24,000 every 48 minutes. Plus you get about $35,000 to $45,000 for each car that you tow. So you can make pretty decent money with the tow truck, and it's definitely a solid part of the business and addition to the business. But we were also pitched this business would have like high stake robberies, right? Like these really cool, intricate robberies. And they did also deliver on that. I will say the robberies for the Salvage Yard are actually very fun. They're a nice change of pace from our normal heists and normal, other missions in the game. Definitely added a new element to GTA, and it was exciting for a little bit. But the pay for these, when you sell the cars after you steal them, you only get about $350,000 to $400,000, and these robberies can take about an hour, about 40 minutes if you have a little bit more skill. But nonetheless, the money's not really too great from doing these robberies. Now, another part of the business that was pitched to us was that the business was going to allow you to keep the cars that you rob. And in this case, it would have been probably one of the best businesses in the game if we could keep all of them, because a lot of the cars that we rob, of course, are worth, north of $1.5 million. So in that case, of course, it's not actual physical money, but it would have been very nice to actually be able to keep these cars, because again, they are very expensive. So it's kind of equal to making money in a way if you're a car collector, which I personally am. But unfortunately, keeping these cars, we kind of got lied to. I love Rockstar, but we kind of got lied to. Of course, they do allow us to keep these cars, but it comes in the form of quote unquote claimable vehicles, which is only about once every few weeks. So far, we've had 3 claimable vehicles since the release of the Salvage Yard, and it's been out for about 5 months now. So they have started the claimable vehicles only a few weeks ago, so I will give them credit on that. I think the first one was about a month and a half ago. So we've had 3 in a month and a half. So when you average it out, it's pretty much every two to 3 weeks. I'm leaning more towards 3 weeks. About every 3 weeks, we get a claimable vehicle, which actually isn't that bad if they're going to keep it that way. If they're going to keep it, that every 2-3 weeks we can claim a vehicle, the Salvage Yard might not be as bad as I previously stated in some of my other videos. Now, of course, part of the reason that I changed my mind is the claimable vehicle this week is the Ubermacht Cypher, which is like my top 5 favorite cars in the entire game. I think it looks absolutely amazing. And as you can see, you could claim it for $20,000. It will be $10,000 if you have a document forgery office, but I don't suggest it because the cheapest document forgery office is $600,000, which means you would have to claim 60 vehicles before you make that money back in terms of saving the $10,000. I would just pay the 20 because by the time we claim 60 vehicles, GTA 6 is going to be out. I mean, at this rate, like I said, the claimable vehicles are like about every 3 weeks. So I know you're wondering probably now, how do I get the claimable vehicle? Well, you're going to have to do the gangbanger robbery, which is where you free King Tiny from this police precinct. And it's a pretty cool mission. It's not one of my favorite of the robberies, but it's pretty cool. It's not too hard. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm not really going to go over all of that. I'm just going to kind of have the gameplay playing in the background while I ramble. Cause like I said, this is kind of a rambling video and I don't have a script. So if I kind of bounce around a little bit, I do apologize in advance. But anyway, like I said, the claimable vehicle this week is the Ubermacht Cypher. And the way you're going to be able to tell is the computer inside your salvage yard. The vehicle, if it is claimable, is going to have like a red garage icon on the bottom of it, and that will indicate that the vehicle is indeed a claimable vehicle. Now, like I said, if they are going to do this every 3 weeks, so far the 3 vehicles we were allowed to claim were pretty dope cars, and they were all worth over $1 million. So, you know, like I said, it's not physically making money, so it's not really like a money-making machine, this business. But if you're a vehicle collector like myself, then it's pretty much the same, because you're going to make the money to go buy the vehicles anyway, or to continue your vehicle collection. So this business allows you to kind of, you know, keep your vehicle collection going without actually spending the money. So in a way, it's value. That's basically what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, it's value. This FBI agent absolutely rocked me. That was crazy. But anyway, well, FIB, I guess, you know, copyright issues and stuff. The GTA can't say FBI. But anyway, this business has kind of been growing on me a bit ever since they've been rolling out these claimable vehicles a little bit more. Honestly, when the claimable vehicles wasn't really showing for a few months, I was starting to have doubts whether they would even add it or not. And to be honest, the business was trash in my opinion at that point, because the passive income, although it's great with the tow truck, it's not enough to be considered a good business. And then the money you make if you sell the vehicles that you steal is not really that great. So I was really starting to feel down about this business, and I kind of had it in the lower tiers. Also, a really quick tip, like I said, I'm going to bounce around a little bit. You can call in a personal vehicle while you're escorting King Tiny from the precinct. So as you've seen, I called in my Sparrow and just spawned it right here so we could just escape from the cops much easier. So just a tip for when you do these salvage yard robberies, you can use personal vehicles like your Oppressor and your Sparrow, etc., etc. So definitely utilize them. It makes the missions much easier. Now, in terms of where this business ranks, is it at the top of my list by any means? Absolutely not. I still think the Acid Lab, the Katsaka, if you want to count it as a business, you know, the Bunker, the CEO Cargo Office, I think all these businesses are better simply because, you know, you make actual physical money with these businesses. And the nightclub, obviously, the nightclub is really good. But all these businesses, you make actual money, which you can then spend on anything you want, being properties, business upgrades, vehicles if you'd like, aircraft, boats, anything. You know, the salvage yard isn't really a good money maker. It's pretty much only good for the guys who like collecting vehicles. I just so happen to be one. So the salvage yard has been kind of winning my heart over a little bit lately. But again, does it compare to the other big money makers and solo friendly businesses? Absolutely not. But the business is not trash, especially if they're going to keep doing these claimable vehicles. It looks like they're doing them about every 3 weeks. I think that's pretty good, especially for people who can't play GTA much like myself between work and, you know, taking care of things around the house and stuff like that. Sometimes it could be hard to go out and make $1.5 million, $2 million to go buy a car you want. But, you know, the salvage yard gives you the opportunity to get a claimable vehicle every few weeks that's worth about $1.5, sometimes $2 million. And you don't have to actually go out and get the money for it. And it only takes about 40 minutes to do the robbery. So you could just get on real quick, add a car to your collection, and then go about your day. Now, do I think it's worth the price point? So a fully loaded salvage yard is going to cost anywhere from $4.5 to $5.5 million, depending on the upgrades you get. So let's just call it $4.5 million at the low end. That's really expensive. It will take you a while to make that money back with this business. Do I think it's worth it? I'd say the value of the business in terms of pricing and what you're getting for it, I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10. So it's not excellent, but it's not bad. And I did state in my previous videos that the salvage yard was losing favor in terms of being a good business. By the way, these cars that you get to keep do come with like rare plates. Like this one comes with a panic plate. I don't know if you saw it in the gameplay while I was driving it, but it's basically like a purple and yellow plate, kind of like Los Angeles Lakers colorway. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool. The vehicle looks sick. I am actually going to take it to Los Santos Customs to, give it a little bit of my own personal touch to it. I think I ended up just going all black on it and just being basic. But anyway, I will leave that gameplay playing in the background while I still am going on about my ramble. So for those of you who stayed to this long, first and foremost, thank you for staying around. I'm assuming you're enjoying the video if you have stayed to this point. So again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and also hit the bell notifications. I do make consistent GTA content on this channel, so you want to stay up to date with all uploads. I do upload pretty consistently, and you don't want to miss a single video. But anyway, let's wrap up this rant. All in all, I would say this business is probably in the B tier for me. It's definitely not, F tier, but it's not S tier either, or A tier. I'd say it's B tier, probably in the mid B tier. And I think it's pretty solid. I think people kind of were too harsh on the fact that Rockstar took a while to give us claimable vehicles. And hey, trust me, I hear you, man. They promised us that we can keep these vehicles after we robbed them. And then they took like 3 months to deliver on that promise. And then when they did deliver on it, we couldn't even keep the vehicles that we stole previously. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was stocking up vehicles I was stealing. I had 4 that I really wanted, because of course you have 4 slots in the salvage yard. I had 4 that I really, really wanted, and then I couldn't even keep them. It's only the ones that Rockstar decides we can keep. So they kind of half-assed that whole asset of the business. But I think between the pickup truck, the tow truck, between the tow truck, the passive income, the claimable vehicles every few weeks, and then of course the decent, it's not great money, but it's okay money for selling the cars that we rob if we end up selling them. I think the business overall is pretty good. And I think that pretty much wraps us up for today's video. Again, if you enjoyed, hit the like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. And of course, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date with all uploads. Join the Slime Squad, be part of the team. We're building a good community here. And that's pretty much it for this video, man. Until the next one, peace out, boys.